Hello and welcome everybody to my YouTube channel, Learn to Trade. Thank you for joining me very much. I appreciate it. And just going to go over the 5 o'clock trade this morning. Then a couple good points I want to bring up, some good things that I like and some things that I don't like. I don't know if we've had something like this with the pressure kind of like this. So some good tips. So let's go over this. Again, the pressures are pointing down. I always have my students start with a very basic trade plan with direction. So it's pointing down. And so with that, we are going to take a sell trade. When I take a sell trade, anytime I take a trade, you kind of always have these feelings if you think it's going to be a good trade or it's going to go hit your take profit, or maybe it's like a little nerve wracking, or you don't feel like it's a good trade even though it's your rules. And so when you journal that and you kind of start, I'm going to take the trade because my rules are met, but I don't like this or I do like that, and you kind of start getting these things down on a journal, you can really start kind of honing in the trades that you start liking, journaling them, seeing if they actually do what you think they're going to do most of the time. So it's a really fun game. So here we go. So the pressures are down. Red pressure, green pressure are down. Going to take this trade. This is kind of a coin flip. There's some things that I'd want to happen for me to be really confident that was going to hit my take profit. Right as this sits, I would really say it was a coin flip whether it was going to hit my take profit or stop loss. I've been tracking some things with this, the color on top and just color on top, and it looks like usually the red is kind of the start of the sell cycle, the green's the start of the buy cycle. But it seems that this 5 o'clock trade that a lot of times it goes more of an opposite way when the color is on top. So we'll have some fun. We'll say we might think it's going to hit our stop loss and see what's going to happen. So again, going to take a sell trade. The ATR is 11, so we're going to double that for our take profit. When you're doing money management at the very beginning, I think doubling the ATR for your stop loss and going for it for your take profit is a very simple and effective way. I mean, you can kind of start honing some stuff in a little bit more advanced you get, but I've created many trade plans using the ATR as my doubling the ATR for my stop loss and either going for that all or taking a portion of it, and it works out really well. So here's sell trade, and I would let's do a little journaling here. So I'm going to copy the date. I'm going to go over to my sheet here. Let's see if this will load up. Right. Hit paste. That one did actually go down and hit the take profit. So I'm going to put stop loss, and the reason why I kind of ran a little small sample size here of just kind of color on top, meaning that if red was on top, and this one, red was on top, and they were pointing up. Red was on top, and so I said I was going to go down and hit my stop loss, but they weren't doing as well as I thought they were doing, or what I thought was going to happen with the color on top wasn't going to happen. So, I was trying to say I was going to hit my stop loss. I picked wrong. Thought I was going to hit my stop loss, picked right. Take profit wrong. Stop loss right, but wrong. Not correct. And so they were actually, if I just do what the opposite was, it would actually do a little bit better. So we're going to play a little game and see if that works out here. So we're going to say red is on top. And usually, red on top, I'd say it's going to go in a sell direction with red was on top, which we are taking a sell. So I'd say this is going to hit the take profit. We can do both. Let's do both. It's kind of a little fun. We'll just say it's going to hit our take profit. So this is kind of what I was used to be doing, was this little example here. Red is on top. And I tell my students, if you want to try and find out what something's doing, just pick something. Okay, we got to go with direction. But if red is on top, I think that's a sell direction. So right now, red's on top, they're pointing down. It's a sell, red on top. We think it's a sell indication. Going to hit the take profit. And that's what I was doing, but it seems to be the opposite. So you could even note on here, because red's on top, we think it's going to hit my take profit. But you can even kind of put in here data showing that it is doing the opposite. Doing the opposite. So we usually call that the George Costanza trade. If you ever watched Seinfeld, he has that one episode where he just does everything opposite. He's always had these ways of these things. He's like, I'm just going to go everything opposite. So let's see what happens. This will be a fun little experiment. So we think it's red's on top. It's pointing down. I'm going to think it's going to hit the take profit. And let's see what happens here. So we're going to click forward. Now, hopefully you can start kind of seeing that there's a level down here. One way with the pressure, when the pressure crosses, it actually makes a level in the market. So we know there's a level right here. If it would kind of break down, like if the price was going to break down, I'd have a lot more confidence that this was going to hit my take profit. Or you kind of wait for this to happen before you take the trade. The pressure's about ready to cross right here. It's picking up over here, this cross. A lot of times, we can get some bounces off crosses. We can get breakthroughs through crosses, but something happens at a level. I usually like to see that thing happen before I make a decision. But let's see if this breaks down through. If it does, I'm probably going to be right. Okay, so now this is what I talk about the momentum. We kind of had the momentum kind of going down. It's kind of stalled a little bit. Oh, we're getting close. Hasn't posted below that level. Okay. All right. Bam. So this is where I talk about the momentum a lot, and I really like this. This was my trade at 5 o'clock, the 5 o'clock post. I would have taken this buy with confidence that I think it was going to hit my take profit. And right now, that theory that maybe red being on top is not a sell indication at 5 o'clock. Maybe it's actually a buy indication, and green on top might not be a buy indication, might be a sell. This hits the stop loss. It's just going to give another data point to prove that closer. But these are the trades that I really like. One thing that I forgot to bring back up here, a lot of times when this price is pushed away from the pressure, so this is kind of touching or attached to the pressure, a lot of times it will like to push away from it. If we come down here where it was close, broke through, kind of pushes away from the pressure. But the farther it starts getting away from the pressure and starts to change cross, a lot of times it likes pulling it back towards the pressure. Kind of did this here as well. But this would be a great buy trade. I really enjoy this one. So we're going to take this just on the side as well. Collect a couple points of data. So 13 would be 26 and 26. We're going to take a buy trade. These are the trades that I really love. I'm really attracted to. Let's do a little bit of so I would say this one's going to hit my take profit. Why? And we started getting a lot of things that I really like. So I do like the green on top. I like the green on top with the momentum. Say Big Mo in my favor. The inclination on the pressures changed. On that last setup, the inclinations were 50-50. So inclinations in my favor. Price close to the pressure. A lot of things I like about that. And what I mean about the inclination, we went back here. Here was the entry price. The green was actually, we'll go back and review it really quick, but the inclination on that green was going up and the one on the red was going down. These are both going up in my favor. The momentum's still kind of working up. So that one did hit the stop loss. So it's just adding to my data point that at 5 o'clock. Now, it doesn't mean that red on top and green on top are not good indications for buy or sell, But what's happening at my 5 o'clock is starting to show a pattern that if red is on top, it's not indicating a sell indication at that 5 a.m. Central Time. If green is on top, it's not indicating a buy indication. It's actually indicating the opposite, which is great because it's still a great setup, right? We collect the data and the data proves that it's going the opposite way. It means we can still take that trade. Let's see if this one goes out and finishes out and wins. Beautiful. A lot of fun. Let's go back really quick and just look at that entry. I just wanted to show you the inclination. So one more candle forward. So the red inclination did go towards the sell side, but the green inclination actually went towards the buy side. So that was kind of 50-50 on the inclination there. And then when we went and really like that buy signal, this inclination is going down, this is going up, but that inclination kinked, went from down to up, and this went up to even a steeper up. So a couple trade reviews right there. Like I said, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really, truly appreciate it. I'm going to keep dropping these things, these tips and tricks that I've kind of learned over my 7 years of trading. If you have questions about them, hit me up in the comment. Please subscribe, like, hit the bell notification. If you have something that you're trading, I have a lot of my students that are watching these videos, something that comes up that you would like me to go kind of make a comment. I'd love to kind of go over those. You can even set a time up on a trade that you were looking at, and maybe I can go and give my 2 cents on that. Just kind of trying to help people out with their goals of becoming a great trader. So everybody have a great day. Happy Monday, and we'll talk to everybody tomorrow. Bye, everybody.